Dan, you want to start with your top-down take on the state of the, say, regional economy, or you want to begin somewhere else, giving us your
Well,
perspective?
if you don't mind, how about if I go kind of more global and then boil it down to regional?
That's even better.
Okay. We remain cautiously optimistic for the second half of the year into 2024. We say that the Fed raising the rates has had its intended effect. The economy is cooling, but remains strong. If you look at the CPI index the last 6 months, annualized, it's less than 3%. Job growth has slowed, but is still good. And then if you look at spending as it relates to interest rate sensitivity, 53% or over 50% of spending in the US is your local, state, federal government in healthcare. And we've seen that as well at OceanFirst. Our business clients versus real estate clients continue to spend. We've just locally here in Boston, two tourism companies we provided equipment finance for, a renewable energy company and a logistics company. So again, we're bullish on the business loans. We're expanding that, including in Boston. CRE is a different story. So if I move into Boston, the headwinds, Boston's meds, eds, and life science falls into that. Venture capital is down. Our traffic and public transportation is an issue. Workforce housing is an issue, although I would say the mayor's proposal to convert office to resi is interesting. It's not as easy as you think, but I think that provides some optimism. There
Hey,
is
Dan,
a,
Dan, can I ask you a
yeah,
question
go ahead.
about that?
Certainly.
Why aren't those loans being made today? Are the economics just aren't appealing without that tax break? Those
Correct.
get this over the
That,
hurdle?
that's exactly right, Mark. If you look at the floor plates of an office building, there's generally one bathroom, men's and women's, one on the floor for each. And apartments or resi housing is all about bathroom to bedroom parity. So that makes it more difficult to do. That's the biggest challenge.
It's literally the plumbing.
Correct. It is the plumbing. You're spot on, Mark.
Huh. Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Go
certainly.
ahead. I interrupted
Yep.
your
No,
train there.
that's okay. No, just I was talking about headwinds a little
Yeah,
bit.
okay.
Certainly in real estate, there's a mortgage maturity wall coming across the nation, including in Boston over the next 18 months, where Boston itself has just about 200 loans and just under 7 billion in maturing loans. So the issue there is new interest rates versus what they were underwritten at. So that's when you hear people talk about the mortgage maturity wall,
Sure.
that's it. I
And
urge you also, go ahead.
and how big of a spread is that at the rate at which they have to refinance when they're rolling it over versus?
Well, they're probably going around from 4% to 8%. So some of those
Wow.
rates are doubling, would be my guess. Correct.
And do you have any advanced sense for whether or not folks are going to have problems on average rolling that debt over? I mean, what are you expecting?
We expect there will be some issues, particularly in office space. We think we're okay in the rest, and thankfully we don't have much office here at OceanFirst Bank. But industry-wide, the office space will be the biggest asset class that has the challenges. Having said that, and I'm from Boston, and so know Boston, the sponsors we do business with in real estate are strong, have weathered storms before, so they should be able to figure it out.
Okay. Any other areas of concern?
Well, I heard you talking in an earlier segment on the credit app declines, and I agree with you that that is kind
Hmm.
of a warning signal. But I would just comment with this, and we'll have to wait and see. Household debt is only moderately higher than household cash. So for now, we think spending will continue and help us in the economy.